Hello guys and welcome to Yorkieverse. I'm Yorkie and today we're going to do a quick tutorial video on the new game mode on CoreMC server, which is Age of Minecraft. Now I absolutely love this game mode and I've been playing a lot of it, but I've also noticed a lot of new players like it, and a lot of new players don't take the time to read the tutorial books and read the signs around the room. So I've thrown together this little quick video of how to win Age of Minecraft. Now I might not win in the video because this is actually going to be a live recording, but yeah, we'll just see how it goes. It's just going to be a basic video going over the basics. Okay, so the video is going to be split into two parts, a phase 1 and a phase 2, but I'll move more into that in a minute. Okay guys, so now we've started the game, we've officially started phase 1. So in phase 1, you want to start the game. This is the map Wild West, and you'll have to excuse some of the world chunks. The server can be a little bit laggy at times. You need to grab a set of wooden tools, and if you don't grab these, then you'll normally see the people who don't grab these because they'll be walking around with the fist, punching all the resources. Also in phase 1, we need to gather 3 important resources. The first being food. Now food is really required for those idiots on the team. The people who will charge in unwillingly and die, because if your team doesn't have food, then the person who has died will have a massive respawn timer. So the second is clay. Now if we have a lot of clay is actually required to level up the sieve. If you see it on my XP bar, I have a 1. That's not my individual experience level. That is the town's experience level. So you all progress together, so there's no point hoarding resources because it just doesn't work like that. This is a game based around teamwork. So what you want to do is you want to split your team into 3 groups. The first being the one who collects food. I'm not going to show collecting food because I'm pretty sure you know how to grow wheat and stuff. So I'm not going to go into how to collect wheat and stuff. But the first thing you want to do is you want to get as much clay as possible. You want to get somebody to get you as much clay as possible. So from a full spade I got 46 because this game works a little bit like Annihilation if on the Shotbow servers, a set where you don't always have the chance of getting the materials. It's not a guaranteed chance. It's more likely you'll get clay than other materials, but it's never going to be 1-to-1. You're never always going to get something. So what we do is, obviously this is for Wild West and the map layout will be different for some, but then you want to come down to the caves. You want to be having guys who are getting you coal, and this is also very important. So we'll get as much coal as we can, and I'll probably end up pausing the video because unfortunately a lot of people really don't like this game mode because they don't like having to wait for the to get materials that they could just get in other game modes. So yeah, if you need to be a little bit patient with this game mode because phase 1 is a bit of a drag. So it's the grind phase. Phase 1 is the grind phase, and what you'll end up doing is you'll end up getting your team to get coal, clay, and wood. So we've got a pretty decent amount of coal now. So what we'll do is we'll pop up here and we'll start smelting all the clay into bricks. Okay, awesome. So now that's cooking. You'll already so you can see there's a red guy charging in, and if he dies, he's going to cost his team food, which you really don't want to be costing your team early on in the game. He'll probably have like a 2-minute respawn time now because his team won't have any food prepared yet, just like mine. So if we come over to these trees. Now the catch is with wood, you can only get wood from oak trees, and I presume this is just because they build some of the buildings out of the other type of logs. So what you need to do is you need to come over to somewhere where there aren't where it is only oak logs, sorry about that, and you need to get as much of this as you can. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to bring your wood over to the crafting room. Now the crafting room can be different on the maps, and it is different on the maps. It will be laid out differently, or it will be just set up differently. Okay, to get the most points out of wood, you want to make it into half slabs. That's the best way to get a return from your wood. You're literally doubling your points with this. So yeah. So what you'll do is you'll bring your wood up here and you'll deposit it. You can see our town now has all that wood. But the thing is, wood can't work on its own. It has to be wood and brick. So I've got quite a lot of brick. I've got 27 brick. So I can actually craft this in my table here. And we've got 6. Now what we also want to do with this is we also want to make it into half slabs. Half slabs are the best way to get the maximum amount of points out of your you know, your effort. You know, for your effort you'll get the best return. So we make these into half slabs and we take them over here and we deposit them. We've now gone up a level. Now it's kind of like a wood to brick ratio. You can't just stack all wood and stack all brick. You need to have a nice balance of the two. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pause the video, and that's basically phase 1. You need people collecting you food, you need people collecting you coal, and you need people collecting you clay and wood. So that's phase 1. Phase 2 starts when we get to level 10. Another thing worth mentioning is the higher your team's level, the more classes your team unlocks. So as you can see, the more you progress, the more levels you get, the more classes you unlock, the better classes you unlock. So it's a good idea to, even after phase 1, to still be doing this a little bit but less proactively. Okay guys, phase 2 has just started, and as you can see, people behind me, they're running towards the gathering station, and they do right. And that's because we've finally unlocked stone tools. So this means we can actually start gathering gold. Now gold is required to win the game. So what we do is we click this sign again, and now it will give us stone tools. Perfect. So if we go back down the mines, we can start gathering gold now. Now it's a bit annoying to mine because you're going to get a lot of it failed messages, and you kind of just got to grind through this. This is the gold rush phase, and this means now that we can actually start making points. So if we keep doing this, we will make a lot of points. Another thing is this phase is different for everyone. It starts at different stages depending on how quickly your game runs, but I think we did it in about 10 minutes, which is quite a good time really. Considering I think we've got some new players on the team. Okay, now I've got quite a bit of gold. I'm going to start smelting it in the furnaces. Now it doesn't matter if somebody takes your stuff because they're going to deposit it anyway. This is kind of what I mean when I say this is a team-based game, because it doesn't matter who takes the resources, because you know that they're not just using it for themselves. You know they're using it to help the team. So don't worry about people taking your stuff out of the furnaces. It's probably a good thing. Okay, so we'll put some more, 5 in each. It's always good to split your stacks into as many furnaces as you can to maximize the amount of time it'll take to, minimize the amount of time it'll take to smelt. Okay, so now we've got a good amount of gold. Now what we need to do is we need to go back to our crafting table, and I just want to show you something just real quick, and it's something which can be beneficial at times, and I say at times very, very loosely. Okay, so you should always try to turn your gold into block of gold, just like the other materials, it gets a bigger return. So if you see, if I put in 1 gold, we're currently at 1 gold. That gives me 1 gold. Now if I put in a block of gold, that gives me 11. I think that was 11. My math might have been a little bit off there. It was either 10 or 11, but it's more likely 10. So you can see, you get extra. I think it's only 1 or 2 extra, but it's still good because every point helps. And you just want to rinse and repeat this while still defending your team, because you're going to want to have people who defend you while you're doing this, because it gets pretty hectic. But that is just the general basics on how to win Age of Minecraft. It's not very complicated when you think about it. and I just wanted to break this down into a small, really small tutorial video, just on the basics of how to win the game, really. So if you think I missed anything out, or there's anything you'd like to see, or maybe a tutorial for another game that you missed, just comment down below. Also, if you like this, because I imagine a lot of people aren't going to be subscribers who watch this, so if you like Minecraft content and you want to watch something else, I do some other series. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time, and I hope to be seeing you soon on the CoreMC servers. Good luck and goodbye.